Move into our first topic, and Eddie's going to talk about all the movements that happened since we're late from spring to summer.
So we're going into week 4 technically. So we're a pretty decent amount.
The time
late.
we're filming this, Friday Night League's already happened.
Yeah. So, but there has been a lot of changes from spring to summer that we feel like we need to address, and then half of them have already been reverted by teams. But we're gonna go through it. So, like obviously the biggest one was definitely Doublelift to TSM, which was kind of unexpected considering they were the best team for
anytime the most popular player in a league gets traded, it's going to be the biggest news of the offseason.
Absolutely. And like you didn't really expect it, right? Team Liquid had a bad split, but they also won 4 back-to-back championships, right?
With Doublelift as the main point of that.
Yeah, exactly. They were always bot lane focused. So it you know, it feels a little bit weird to do it, but I think it was because Doublelift really wanted the change. And then there was a lot of other stuff surrounding the whole TSM and why, you know, that's such a weird trade because of Doublelift and Lena.
Yeah,
and
so I think that alone just has to come up with the fact that insider information, everyone was annoyed with that, which I think they have a really good point to like be annoyed.
Well, yeah, you know, when you have your girlfriend telling everyone on your stream that no one wants Dardoch, like
that's a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, just a little bit. But you know, a lot of people have already talked about this, so we're kind of gonna gloss over it a lot. But like a lot of the other trades are like tactical for Doublelift is a very interesting one. Academy player, Team Liquid brought him up himself, you know.
And Team Liquid, I feel like, is not a team that usually uses their academy.
No, Big Money Steve likes to just spend as much money as possible.
You just buy the best people you can buy, and you hope it works.
Yeah, but so I'm really happy about more academy talent getting chances to play, especially when they play decent. Like Team Liquid has started 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not a bad team. They're not as probably at their peak as what they were before, but they're definitely improving from spring split. Yeah. And Tactical has put on some really great performances, and he's only played like 8 or 9 games in the LCS.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's wrong with Doublelift, but Tactical is really helping out.
Yeah, well, and Tactical is a less selfish player.
That is very true. Doublelift is all of his teammates have always talked about how he always needs all the resources.
He wants to be the carry, you know?
Does.
And you mean you have to understand that.
If you're playing a game, you want to be the best person in the game, and that requires you to get resources.
Exactly. And if you won as many championships as Doublelift,
exactly,
you kind of have a lot more sway and opinions and stuff like that. But in TSM, he's probably going to be splitting resources a lot more because that's how they used to do it back in 2016. Him and Bjergsen split a lot of resources. But we're going to just continue to see that. We also had like Huni to Evil Geniuses.
With that massive contract he got at the beginning of spring.
Yeah,
no, not
spring. Beginning of spring. He got the massive contract for Dignitas. And everyone was looking at Dignitas management going
thinking, what is wrong with you?
What are you guys doing? Like, this guy is not worth 1.8 million. Not even close.
No.
He's not worth this amount of money at all. And guess what? He wasn't worth the amount of money because they traded him the next split.
And with the trade, they're renegotiating the contract I talked about, so he's not going to be getting all that 1.8 mil. And I have a feeling he never expected to.
Yeah, well, I think he wanted to have a position on a team so badly he's willing to take a cut.
Yeah.
There was no way another team was going to buy him out for 1.8 million.
Especially with all the media after the whole contract, everyone's saying, what are they doing? I think he kind of probably got a little...
Well, yeah, and
noticed he's not worth that much.
Well, if you as a player can negotiate a 1.8 million salary when you're not worth it, good for you. Negotiate that salary for you.
Or his agent.
Yeah.
I need to find that agent.
Yeah,
Maybe they can get us some sponsors for the show.
I would hope so. If he can get Huni 1.8 million, he could get us fucking anything. Like,
that is true.
That dude was so not worth. I wouldn't even pay $1 million for Huni. Like, he wasn't worth it. Like, and the fact that he got that amount of money, brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. His agent must have been nuts. But now we're gonna talk about like Dignitas.
Yeah, they had to get a replacement for Huni since they did get rid of Huni.
Yeah, so
and they ended up picking up Viper.
They picked up Viper from FlyQuest, who was replaced by Solo. Yep. And you know, Viper was. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of this move. I don't think Viper is an LCS caliber player. He's got a really good Riven, but other than that, he hasn't put up great performances.
Yeah, but if they don't ban the Riven,
they always like in. Let's be real.
Honest here. Everyone's been talking about how the draft this split so far for every team
is awful.
Is the reason they lose. So if they just don't ban the Riven, then Viper wins. So it might win.
Well, they already replaced him, so we're not going to talk about it. So Viper is not an LCS caliber player. He just really he had one decent and one by decent I mean decent split for FlyQuest, and that's it. He wasn't at the caliber. He's not ready. He might not be ready. I'm more excited about his younger brother who's like 16 and already like top ranked in Challenger.
I've not heard of him.
Also a Riven 1 trick too.
Maybe FlyQuest pick him up.
Maybe that would be pretty funny. But yeah, he's not an LCS caliber player. So Dignitas picked him up, hoping maybe I remember the tweet. We're getting an upgrade in the top lane. You went for Huni wasn't worth 1.8 million,
but he was better than Viper.
But he is a top 5. He's easily a top 5 top laner in LCS without a doubt. So
100%.
The fact that you're replacing him with the 9th top laner, maybe 10th, in
there's a lot better options out there.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. It's not even funny.
Yeah, especially since you already see how Viper plays normally. You could have even went to an academy player because they give him another chance. Where you already seen Viper's potential and he's not terrible.
Oh, he's gonna be better at me in League of Legends
100%.
All the time. But
there's probably some better options out there that just haven't been picked on. Because let's be real here, the LCS is really good at recycling players that are washed up. They don't like new talent, and we're gonna talk about that later. But they like just recycling people. Yeah. And Viper got in there, so guess what? He's going to be around for a few years.
I'm never going to diss a player for going for a roster spot.
Exactly. They did what I would do it.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible league player. But if I got offered to play, you bet I'd be taking that contract.
I'm taking the contract 100%.
I might question the management.
So and we'll talk about that more, especially with Immortals and players like Ika and stuff like that. Yeah. But 100%, I'm not blaming the players. I'm blaming management.
Yeah,
management is always to fault when it comes to ridiculous contracts or horrible roster moves. And then the one roster move that I think was my favorite by far was Damonte for Golden Glue for Golden Guardians.
Yeah.
Which
everyone wants to know where Damonte was.
Yeah, I mean, to be real, Damonte is an LCS caliber player
100%.
easily without a doubt. He's top 5. In my opinion, LCS caliber player, and
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, not a lot of people would agree, but
especially our mid lane opponent, our mid lane in NA is not the strongest.
No, and it's all
we have a lot stronger positions. So Damonte, he's a pretty strong mid laner.
Oh yeah, I think he's easily he made worlds. That worlds team. Let's be real, wasn't that amazing other than Damonte and Vulcan on that team. Cody Sun can put up good performances when he gets ahead, but he doesn't get...
Yeah, he has some trouble getting ahead.
As you can see with 100 Thieves, without a great support, he's not a great player. Yeah. So Vulcan and Damonte carried that clutch gaming team pretty much
to Worlds, and then he didn't get a spot.
Yeah, and then he didn't, and then he got replaced with Froggen, who's getting replaced with Phoenix. And the Dignitas management, I was so excited because going from last year when they were taking over from Clutch, and the CEO, he comes in, he's pretty much buff me. He's super jacked. And he comes in and he's like, you know what? We're doing this. And then suddenly they went from an 8th place team to a top 3 team and went to Worlds.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about this. And then he signs Huni for 1.8 million, gets rid of Damonte and puts in Froggen, who honestly is worse. He's worse. Please. I hate it. I hate it when people overhype Froggen. He's washed. He's done. He's gone. He's not... He's still an LCS caliber player, but he's just not at the same level. He only plays mages. He can't play anything else. He plays his comfort picks, and he hasn't been on a real playoff contender team in the LCS ever since he's joined the LCS. So, yeah, the fact that they replaced him with Froggen, I was like, well, whatever. Is Froggen still a decent player? They should still okay. Where's Damonte going? Damonte's not going anywhere?
Yeah, it's weird.